All praises to Yahweh Eloheinu Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. Barakti Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakwadash. It's a quick one. If you analyze movies, vampire movies, and movies such as this, focusing on this particular thing called adrenochrome, and the fact that children go missing, women go missing, body parts are taken out of Jake. Esau likes to, so-called white man, Esau likes to eat his meat bloody red. They always push, eating your meat rare. And then you got dumb Jakes out there. When I say Jake, I'm referring to Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Indians, as well as the scattered diaspora, the scattered Jakes that are in the diaspora in various countries, pursuant to Deuteronomy 28:54. They push that on Jake, thinking that it's a delicacy. It's the right thing to do if you want to be a so-called successful person, you want to sit with the la-di-da type people, the classy people. Well, the classy people of this world. You've got to eat shellfish, you've got to eat shrimp, you've got to eat lobster, you've got to eat crab, you've got to eat things that are raw. You've noticed online the people that have been having them 1 cent burgers. Okay, 1 cent burgers with bacon. Some of them can't even move their necks. Some of them have been deleted. Okay. Some people have been eating shellfish, or is it oysters? Yeah, and got viruses where they've had to have their limbs amputated. It was a Jake woman. It was a Northern Kingdom Israelite woman, a so-called Hispanic woman. Okay, from what I remember, she was quite an attractive woman, right? Probably in her 30s or something. From what I remember, I could be wrong. And she had to have all her limbs amputated, so basically her arms and legs. So she's just basically a torso. See, when Esau does it, or when Moab does it, Moab can eat creatures that are unclean live while they're alive. They'll still survive. Esau can eat, and Moab and all that can eat dog, rat. Elam can drink cow piss, eat cow feces. They can live. Esau, the so-called white man, can drink blood, eat raw meat, and survive. As soon as Israelites do it, the Lord judges them straight away. Because the Lord is building up the tab of these heathens. And they're going to get it. See, what adrenochrome is basically is adrenaline, okay, which is basically blood harvesting. So that's why a lot of the Edomites drink blood. A lot of these so-called elites drink blood. They show it in their movies, They show it in their movies. I think, was it Snow White? Where, was it Snow White or some kind of fairy tale where a woman had to harvest young women to acquire her beauty? And a lot of these Edomites who so-called look young. Even I've noticed some Edomite Bollywood actors as well having their eye red. One of their eyes get red when they have this adrenochrome stuff, right? And when they have it, they're trying to preserve their youth. And the adrenaline is harvested from children and humans, grown adults, where they've scared the hell out of them. They're so scared they drain their blood and they drink it. Okay, so these vampire movies, which they show, and for the most part, except the movie Blade, right? They call him Daywalker, and he doesn't even really want to drink blood. Okay, so that's Jake being, having some kind of merciful spirit on him. But for the most part, they show Edomites. They show the pale flesh. They can't go out in the sun. Who can't go out in the sun? The so-called white man, the Caucasian, the Edomite. They need sunblock. They need translucent melanin, which is sunblock, which is when put under a UV ray light, their skin looks like they've got boot polish on their face, black boot polish. But without the UV light, whatever, or the black light, right, their skin looks pale. But it's translucent melanin. That's why they keep applying sunblock to so they don't get burnt because they don't have that melanin. And then they show that in movies as well, because the vampire movies is referring to the Edomites. The fact that they like drinking blood is referring to the Edomites. Edomites, so-called white people, like to drink blood. The so-called elites, the Illuminati, or the 13 ruling families, and the underlings like to drink blood, because they get a rush out of it. It's like cocaine for them. They like to eat their meat raw. That's a so-called white man, and they show it in their movies. They talk about it in news. They put it in satire type newspapers, like it's a joke, right? But you got to pick the meat between the bones. It's like revelation of the method, where Esau likes to prophesy on the left hand side, and Esau is also testing you guys out. Well, the Lord is testing you guys out to see if you can understand it. Do you think everything is a joke, or do you think it's real? Like movies on chariots, your UFOs, aliens, so-called aliens, spiritual power. Do you think it's just entertainment, or do you think it's real? It's real, just like this is real. They show it in movies. Yeah, they show it in movies like this. Where's that scene? And in the scene of Blade, this is the opening scene. They have those bodies hanging upside down, okay, because they harvested a whole lot of blood from it. They're hanging upside down like it's like it's a bunch of beef, right? Esau loves blood, man. They like to show it in their movies. This is Esau in his true element, okay? They like to drink blood. They're evil by nature, and they make everything in this world that's evil good, and everything that's good evil. Being a heterosexual man that likes pussy, likes wants to have children, wants to have numerous wives, that's evil. But being a a sodomite, right, is supposedly good. Being a child lover is supposedly good. Kissing your dog in the mouth is good. Okay? But God forbid, or Lord forbid, you have an extra woman that you could take care of, and the women are fine with being sister wives. Oh, that's the issue. And even if they're not fine with being sister wives, the Lord understands that these women on this side ain't going to get it, because the scriptures do say a woman shall compass a man. You know, as long as the women are single and Jake is handling his business, there's no issue. Okay? So they show you in their movies, these vampire type movies, these adrenochrome type movies. They even have, look, and what do they show? They show blood. Okay, and I think I made a video a little while back about a German company that delivers adrenochrome to people's homes if they want it. Okay, I'm gonna try and find that article if I can. Maybe Esau knocked it off. Okay, it's not a conspiracy theory. Okay, it's a fact. Okay, they can lie about it as much as they want, but the truth, the skirt's being lifted in the last days. We know that this ish is real. Isaiah 5 and 20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because in this evil world, okay, to be a so-called to be a righteous person, you're gonna look weird. You know, you're with your so-called friends, and they say, "Oh man, she's that girl. She's fit. I want to deal with her." And then you might say, "Nah, man, she's got a boyfriend." And I've been in this situation, and another man and another man might say, "So what? It's all fair game." And you're gonna think, "Oh, I ain't doing that," but they're gonna think that you're crazy for that. You don't want to smoke a blunt. They're gonna think you're crazy for that. You know, you don't want to eat a egg and bacon sandwich. You're crazy for that. The eggs are fine, the sandwich is fine, but the bacon or the pork bacon is evil. You know, you want to make it in this world. You want to hang out with this, the rich Edomites or whatever. Jake wants to be like an Edomite. They want to eat their steak raw or rare or whatever and eat blood. That's not Jake's nature, man. We like a meat cooked very well. This blood drinking thing is an Edomite thing. Okay, you got Jake's on the left hand side. You probably your Samuel Jacksons, your Denzel Washingtons, and your Oprahs and all that. They probably do shit like that because they got demons on them, and they've sold out because this is their lot. They've got uh, they've got the, what do you call that? What do you call the prize? They've got the consolation prize, you know, because they're successful in this world. What kind of success is that, man? When you wake up and you being an Israelite, you feel that your soul is empty because you don't have a soul anymore. If you do, it's tainted. You know, you could be called out by one of your handlers saying that, yeah, I want your booty. You a man, and they're treating you like a bitch. You know, what kind of life is that, man? Just because you can live in a huge mansion and have 25 to 30, high end vehicles. You know, and then after you do that sodomite act or drink blood or whatever and feel energized, on the left hand side, you think that, oh shit, I'm gonna go home, shower up, I'm gonna go and get me some pussy. Why? Because I need to get my manliness back. That's why a lot of these Jake actors and rappers and all that, they always say sedated. Look at Jim Jones. Jim Jones is always high all the time. High all the time. You know? Guy looks like he never has a shower. Looks scruffy all the time. High all the time. A lot of them are sedated. You got rappers like Nori. I don't know what he's done to get his Drink Champs channel. You know, the guy was all rough, rugged, and raw when he used to hang out with Pun back in the day. Now he's acting like a bitch. He's gone fat. He's always hyper in that, and I know that guy's on cocaine, man, smoking blunts to sort of level things out, and drinking. Because when you drink a lot, that sort of levels you out when you have cocaine. Yeah, I know he's doing something. Maybe he's hyper, but I could be wrong. Maybe he's just hyper by nature. I don't know. All right, you know. He talks about being rich, living in Miami. He probably thinks he's Scarface because he's Ephraim, isn't it? Nor he's an Ephraimite. You know. So back to the fact of the matter, man. Esau shows who he is in his vampire movies. Okay, they got the pale flesh. They can't come out in the sun. They like to eat their meat raw. They like to drink, which is basically drinking blood, right? And then that's your Joe six pack crackers, and then you got your elite Edomites, your elite crackers that like to actually drink blood and eat their meat raw. The adrenochrome, right? All the children going missing. All Israelite, so-called black men bodies have been found. Athletes and all that, with their heart, lungs, and kidneys missing. And then lo and behold, one of the so-called elites is having a heart operation, and within 24 hours they got a fresh heart. One of their handlers goes and deletes a Jake. They know that, oh yeah, there's a high school athlete. He's a running back or whatever. Let's go and delete him. And then lo and behold, Esau gets a fresh heart, fresh kidneys, so they can survive longer because they know who's got the superior bodies, even though they poison Jake Israelite neighborhoods. With the genetically modified foods and all the poison in the foods, Jake is still way better. And Esau, even in their own world, they have all the grass-fed beef and none of them are vaccinated, by the way. None of the elites have, children have been vaccinated. None of them have been vaccinated. Okay, and they still have these issues with their physique, But we don't know any better. Our parents got us vaccinated as children, chicken pox and all that kind of shit. Obviously, with the latest one, because we're in the know now, what happened in the last 3 years, we didn't take that thing. All right? Okay, so they show you in their movies who they are. So Esau is a real vampire, man. And it makes sense. Deuteronomy 15:3. Only thou shalt not eat the blood thereof, thou shalt pour it upon the ground as water. Okay? Okay, so the Lord is basically talking about, okay, if you're going to have any kind of meat and it's blemished, you can't eat that meat, lawful meat. But any blood that's there, you pour it on the ground as water. So the ground absorbs it. Okay, so that's Deuteronomy 15:3. Only thou shalt not eat the blood thereof, thou shalt pour it upon the ground as water. So the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yeshua, says not to eat the blood. Deuteronomy 12:23. Only be sure that thou Only be sure that thou eat not the blood, for the blood is the life, and thou mayest not eat the life with the flesh. Isn't that adrenochrome? The blood has life. And Esau wants to preserve his youth, and other people that have sold out want to preserve their youth. They want to have energy. They want to feel energized. They want to feel hyped up because the blood is the life. And when they scare the hell out of these adults or children, they torture them and drain their blood while they're alive. All that energy is in the blood. So they get all pumped up. But the Lord says not to have it, but Esau says have it. And the Jakes that have sold out on the left-hand side have it. So Esau is the real vampire, the real adrenochrome drinker. Okay? Deuteronomy 12 and 16. Only ye shall not eat the blood, ye shall pour it upon the earth as water. Okay? And that's referring to, like for example, any meat that you're going to eat, right? Anything that your soul lusteth after in terms of lawful meat, any blood that's left off, you can't drink the blood or eat the blood. You pour that blood away. You pour it on the ground. Let it absorb into the earth. And the rain washes it, washes it away. And it gets dissolved in the soil. There's nutrients for the soil, really, I guess. You know? Right, looking at his adrenochrome. There's another couple of movies with adrenochrome in it as well. I just forgot the names of it. They've come out in the last. It's like a group of bandits or something, led by an Edomite lady, and they kidnap children. Yeah, and drink their adrenochrome. So Esau is a real vampire, man. All right, this is them, blood drinkers. They can't go out in the sun. So Esau. So basically, Dracula, vampires, and all that is talking about the so-called white man. All right, that's what the video is about. How Esau likes to show in their movies truth, but a lot of people think it's just entertainment. All right, Esau is called revelation of the method. Esau telling you what they're about, what they're doing, but you just think it's entertainment. Okay. Anyway, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Rakar Badash Nawatha Bad Babal Kwam Yashrala Shalom.